Hello and welcome. Welcome to another ramble. I hope you're doing well and I hope you are having the most fantastic day ever. And if you're not, that's okay too. Because, that's life. Life be life and life just does what it does. But today's ramble is going to talk about balance and why balance is so necessary in the life. I've been like thinking about it, and sometimes I like to read forums to see what's going on in the minds of the people of the world. Because I'm a curious cat. Um, I feel like I was a cat in my previous lifetime, just because we have so much in common. Cats are like curious. Cats are hyper independent. Cats like to nap. And they're also really wise. I don't know if you've watched cats. They're really interesting creatures, honestly. I had I've always grown up and I've always had a cat that found me wherever I moved, which was very interesting. Um, but yeah, I like watch some of my cats sometimes, and dude, they'll spend like an obsessive amount of time napping or catching butterflies, or they'll just like spaz out at like shadows or like a leaf. They're probably contemplating like the universe and what it is comprised of. Anyways, all that aside, balance, guys, balance is so necessary. Yeah, going back to I like to check out forums sometimes to see how collectively people's minds are working, and a lot of people are like complaining. I made videos on complaining, by the way. What does complaining do? It does nothing. Now, the difference between complaining and I want to say addressing an issue that arises is totally different. Because shit happens. Stuff happens in life that makes us like that jolts us. Like what the fuck is happening? Or sometimes like somebody will pull the rug from beneath our feet and we'll go flying and go, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? So shit happens. It's a part of the experience, but it's the way you deal with it. You know, like how quickly do you recalibrate? How quickly do you get back up and dust yourself off and keep on keeping on? You know, and this requires balance. This requires I want to say the ability to self-regulate. Because when you self-regulate and you bring yourself back into balance, then you can see things clearly. And then you can know what is the next best move that you need to take in order to surpass the predicament or event that has presented itself to you in the moment. um, I've noted, since we are on earth with 8 billion people, there's a lot of people that aren't self-regulated, and they're not balanced, and they're making very imbalanced decisions, and then they're wondering why things are going awry. Normally, if I have to work with these people, I literally don't react, and I don't participate, and I just kind of stay even kiltered within myself. One, so that I don't lose my shit. Two, so I don't allow their energy to affect my energy. Three, when I'm balanced, I can see things clearly. You know what I mean? It's when you're imbalanced when the world seems kind of like I don't know, like what's going on? I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. No, when you're in a state of balance and stillness and calmness within yourself, it's things are very apparent. You can literally just sit back and watch things unfold, And you can literally like see people's confusion and how they're creating it for themselves, and then how they're making decisions that completely like just create more situations that don't seem appealing. Yeah, they when you're like imbalanced, you definitely don't approach life in a reasonable way. It's very unreasonable, and it's very like kind of I don't know. I don't know. I mean, did you get what I'm trying to say with that expression? Yeah. Yeah, like seriously, like I've watched people, like for instance, people who are indecisive, it's because they're imbalanced. Because if you were balanced, it would be very clear like what decision needs to be made and how you need to execute that decision and the execution process. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but when you're like indecisive and you're just like, I don't know, I don't know. Okay, like let me show you. It's so much easier to express it, I feel. You know, because words are words and actions are actions, but energy is energy. Okay, so like a decisive person would be even keeled like this. You know? Like just kind of like, okay, I see what's going on. I'm probably not going to participate in that situation because that person is creating a lot of chaos and imbalance, and I'm good. And a person who is not balanced will be like, oh my God, I don't know, what should I do? Oh my God, I'm so confused. And then like make probably like reckless choices and decisions because, or they'll like consult an external source, and that external source may not have your best interest in mind. So you know, a lot of times like the blind leading the blind, if I were to be honest, you know, it's like that's why for me it's like I will there are certain people, and they are very few and far and in between, that I trust, you know, like their judgment, like I know they have sound and reasonable judgments. I will ask these people for advice, but everyone else I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna apply that. I'm probably not gonna apply that advice. Like, how is that working for you? Anyways, or I will, yeah, like literally, I will pray. I will go within and I will like seek the answers within. Because if you're like really calm and quiet, answers definitely come to the surface. And these answers are, I want to say, specifically like made for you know, because everybody is so different and everybody is in like their own like leg of life, in their own timeline, in their own like I want to say degree of evolution. So like what works for me may not work for you, depending on where you're at, depending on your level of understanding, depending on your level of self-awareness, depending of your level of like understanding. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I've used this analogy before, but you can't feed a baby prime rib because their freaking digestive system is not like capable of processing such dense material. You know, it's like if you're talking to somebody in like the baby stages of life, you know, you have to feed them baby food. You know, so I feel like a lot of the things that I or the conclusions that I come to may not be processable by most people just because they're not in that stage of evolution yet, you know? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why sometimes, like, you have to dumb yourself down. Or, and I'm not saying that in a condescending way. It's like you really need to dumb yourself down because people can't digest complex things. You know, it's funny. So this is like, I don't know. I don't know how to say this without sounding a certain way. Who cares? Let's just say it. Um, I've been surrounded by people for most of my life that would make me feel like I was stupid. They would make me feel like I was dumb. They would make me feel like, oh, you just overthink too much, or oh, you like are too complex, or oh, why are you using big words? Not once have I made them feel shit the way they made me feel shit. Like it was so wrong for me to be who I was, or to think the way I thought, or to be the way I wanted to be. But at the same time, these people were the very ones that were placing a lot of limitations, and who were projecting and had all these yeah, just like limiting self beliefs, but then they were trying to make me feel like I was doing something wrong. Riddle me that. Make that make sense. And you know what? For a long time, I believed what they were telling me. I normalized it because, when you're surrounded by all these people who can't see beyond what is, they're going to make you feel like shit so that you can water yourself down and stay at their level. You know what I mean? But now I'm just like, I see you. I see you. And also I see me, and I'm not going to limit myself anymore. In fact, I will probably react to people like this with silence and non-reaction. Yeah, if you think about it seriously, this whole world is just like literally like people projecting their projections onto you. And if you believe the story, you'll start living out that story, and that story may not even be your story. That might be somebody else's story. They want to fit you into their story. You know what I mean? I'm not here to fit into anyone's story. I'm here to make my own story. And then whoever wants to come along with me, sure, let's go. Let's have fun. And if you don't want to, then that's cool too. You know? Anyways, I don't know if this story made sense, but food for thought. Yum, yum, yum. Food for thought. But seriously, I feel like once you find your balance point and you maintain that balance point through self regulation, through self contemplation, through self awareness, through just like, I don't know, taking stock of all the different spheres of your life, and like pinpointing all the imbalances and then bringing all those aspects into balance, and whew, everything just works effortlessly. And you will not let anybody, what is that? Prevent you from being you. Because you'll know who you are. You know what I mean? Especially when you're balanced within yourself. So work towards balance. If anything feels off kilter, if things are going awry, if life pulls the rug from under your feet, if people pull the wool over your eyes, it's your job to just, boom, bring yourself back into balance, and then keep on keeping on and make it fun. Life's not that serious unless you want it to be. But I feel like when like for me, like when I get into a serious like note, I usually kind of like, I don't know how to explain this. I want to say I feel more heavy, you know, and I feel like anything that weighs on you or weighs you down keeps you down. And I notice like when you operate from a place of fun and excitement, it's kind of like happiness and joy and laughing. You just kind of like, woo, you raise up, and things are just so much funner and freer and flowier. Anyways, I'm gonna go. If not, I will continue talking nonsensical thingies, and I do not want to take up any more of your time. But thank you for stopping by. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're finding balance within all the spheres of your life. Take care. Until next time. Bye. Blessings to one and all. Amen.